Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. So today I thought of chatting with you guys whilst I'm doing my hair, and I'm doing it now. I'm doing the intro now because I'm about to look crazy. Like real crazy. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, stay tuned. So let's go straight to the point. Yeah, this is my hair. My hair has been like this the whole week, literally. This is how my hair's been packed for work. But yeah, so first thing, I'm just gonna moisturize my hair. Well, actually, I'm just gonna spray water in it so that it gets soft a little bit, because the hair is dry and I need to wash it as well. Sorry if I'm looking up, just because the mirrors, like the big mirrors, just, yeah, behind my phone basically. But yeah, so then I normally like brush it. But yeah guys, how do you think 2021 is gonna be? 2020 was an interesting year, and I know like a lot of people say that they went through a lot, and I don't blame them because I went through some little stuff as well myself. But I feel like in all, it was a decent year. I feel like the things that I went through quite helped me to get closer to God, because literally it got to a point where I didn't know where to turn or who to turn to. So I think I'm gonna do a middle part. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so now I'm just gonna start with the gel, and I use Eco Gel. I use the green one. And yeah, so 2020, it was interesting. And then during the summer, that's when everything went just down the hill. I don't even know exactly what happened, to be honest. So like, I can't really even say, but it was just, I don't know, I was in between moving houses, and so like the whole shenanigan of looking for a house, it was just long, like extremely long. And I finally found the house. And then previously I had lived with my brother for 3 years, so this house was just gonna be for myself, because he was moving to a different city. And yes, I found a house, and it hit me that I'm gonna be by myself. And I hadn't really lived with myself before. Like when I first moved here, I lived with people, so this was the first time I was gonna live by myself. So I wasn't really looking forward to it. And then so yeah, and then when you have a new house, what we not tend to do is like get a pastor or an elder to bless your house. I remember my elder came to bless my house, and guys, doing the prayers, God revealed to her that like there was basically a demon living here. And I was just surprised, because I'm like, this is a new house, literally a new apartment, nobody had lived in here. So then I remember telling one of my friends, and then he told me that at times there are some demons called, I can't remember what they're called, so I'm gonna put it down what they're called. And then it's like I began to be fearful, I can't lie, because I'm like, oh my gosh, what if this demons can attack me during the night? Like, what I'm gonna do? But yeah, and that was, and then I went home for my birthday, and I hadn't been at home for like 9 months basically. So I went home, that was September, and yeah, it was alright. I came back, and then that's when like real life began, because Isaac was here until when we both went to Italy. And yeah, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do this with myself here. It was a bit of a shambles. There were days where I was alone, and I was still dealing with whatever happened during the summer, like uni, my degree. My uni messed up my grades, so I had to appeal, and it was just a really long summer. And yeah, and what didn't happen, like I got to the point where like I didn't have I've, even though I had people around me, but I just felt like so alone. Like I don't know, I just felt like I didn't have anybody, like nobody understood everything that was going on with me. To be honest, I don't think me myself I knew what was going on, but I was just like in a place of like darkness, and like everything was just going bad. And then, you know, my spiritual life as well wasn't really working. So it's like it was a lot. and and yeah, but then, you know, many things happened, to be honest. A lot of things, like I had crazy experiences, guys. I remember one time I was praying, and then I was interceding for a person, and the devil was like, shut up, in my ears. Like, guys, this was so crazy. I was like, what the heck? I'm just praying. But then I continued to pray. And then I remember there was another time where it's like, oh, actually that same night I went to bed, and you know, I woke up because I usually sleep like with a message playing in the background. So I woke up in the middle of the night, and then, you know, Bishop was just saying to pray for the Holy Spirit. So then I started praying for the Holy Spirit, and yeah, and then I was falling asleep, and then I could feel there was a presence in my room. Like, guys, this is so crazy. I could feel there was a presence in my room, and then I could just feel like I was going into a sleep paralysis. I was gonna have a sleep paralysis. And, you know, sleep paralysis are not okay. Like, they're not normal. They're demonic presence, like they're demonic attacks. And I remember telling God, like, God, no, I don't want this. Like, I don't want this sleep paralysis. I remember kept saying, God, no, God, no, God, no, until the presence left, and the sleep paralysis like left, and then I fell asleep. And then there were other crazy things that happened in this house. I can't lie, guys. But then it's like, I remember even one time I was praying, and then I don't know, the presence was just so strong. I was praying in my living room here, and then like I began to speak on like in tongues that they were not mine, like they were unknown, and I couldn't shut up. Like it went on for like forever, but it was like 20 minutes, but for me it felt like forever. It was just so crazy. And I feel like all the things that I went through this summer, it was just to get me close to God, because at the end of December, like at the end of the year rather, my spiritual life like started again. Like it became more like strong. Like it was better than it was throughout the whole summer. So like I feel like the whole summer it was just a preparation for this year. Because guys, the experiences that I had in this house, like the places where I went in this house, I didn't go nowhere, but the places I went in this house, guys, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. And I just feel like it was just a preparation to what this year would bring. Because obviously, as I said, like I drew closer to God. And I don't know, I feel like that place of loneliness, it was just so that I could depend on God more than depending on myself or depending on people. Because yeah, I depend on people a lot. Like a lot. And it's bad. It's not meant to be like that. Like, not that it's bad, don't get me wrong, you're gonna have to depend on people sometimes, but then at times you're just gonna have to do things by yourself. But then most importantly, you're gonna have to depend on God and trust in the process that He's taking you. Because guys, nah, summer was crazy, man. Summer and towards the end of the year was actually like the attacks were too many. It's like I can't even explain, but the attacks were just too many attacks. But then I'm grateful for those attacks, because it got me to get closer to God. Like as I said, like I had people around, but I just felt so lonely. I didn't know what to do. Like I would go to bed crying, feeling so lonely. And then it's like, it's weird, because if you were to see me, you wouldn't think that. You would actually think that everything is okay with me. But then it was just crazy. And then like I said, I'm just really grateful that it got me to the point where I had to get closer to God. And I think it was just a preparation, yeah, for this year, for my spiritual life to be better, for my prayer life to be better, to really depend on God and get closer to God. And yeah, because 2020 was mad. So I'm gonna go off the camera and do my edges, and I'll be back because I can't do it without the mirror properly. So yes. Hey guys, so this is the final look. I used to be good with my edges, but I've lost the touch because I haven't done my edges in such a long time. And the headband, I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Headband is from Primark. I got it before the lockdown, and I think the earrings as well are from Primark or H&M, one of them. But yeah, so guys, literally be encouraged wherever you go through, like every bad experience you go through, just know that it's just to prepare you for what is ahead, for the blessings that you're gonna receive. Like, you can't receive a blessing if you don't go through trials and tribulations. Like, think about gold. It goes through a lot. Like, it's beaten and whatever. It goes through the fire and then comes out refined and comes out beautiful, and then you go and buy it. So that's how it works. Like, you go through a lot of difficult things, but then for you to receive your blessing. And also, like, the Bible tells her, like, we overcame by the blood and by the word of the testimony. It's like, if you don't go through something, honestly, like, you don't have a testimony. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's easier to receive a blessing when you go through something. Like, you're even more grateful about the blessing you receive, because you say, Charlie, I remember when I was going through all of this, but then now look at me, look at the blessing that I'm receiving, look at the blessing that I'm enjoying. So yeah, don't be discouraged. Like, honestly, whenever you go through something, just know that, like, there's a light at the end of it. Like, whenever you go through the darkness, just know that there's a light at the end of it, and it's gonna be worth it. Honestly, it really is gonna be worth it. So yeah, don't give up, and I will see you on my next one. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna do a new segment now on Wednesdays. I will talk about it in my next video, but yeah, I just thought that would give you a little bit of something. So I hope you enjoyed this mini, I wouldn't say tutorial, because the people out there that do better than I do, but I just started doing my hair whilst I chat. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.